Hello everyone, and welcome to this next episode of Coding with Dom. Last episode we saw how to make a factorial calculator. This episode we're going to be adding some improvements to our factorial calculator, such as adding some sanity checks, both in JavaScript and in PHP. So as you can see here, if we write the number 8, we hit submit, that's fine, we get the right answer. However, if we write a different character in here, we get all of these errors. So what we want to do is figure out a way to fix that. So what we're making the requirements for this application is a user can only enter in numeric characters only. So if the user enters something such as 3, that's fine. But the second user types in something like 3 plus 3, that's when we run into problems. We want to not allow a user to enter in something like this. Same thing with letters. If a user enters in 3A, this should also be not allowed by our application. And one more thing, negative numbers, they give us the wrong answer. So we don't want to allow a user to enter in negative numbers in our application either. So now we opened up VS Code. So as you can see with this submit button, it allows the user to click submit without any checks. So what we're going to do is we're going to add an onClick event. So for our onClick event, if it returns true, it allows the user to click the submit button and submit the form. But if it returns false, then it does not allow the user to submit one. So let's go ahead and try this now. So while our user does not work for invalid entries, it returns false no matter what. So even valid entries, it won't let us submit it. So right now, it's too strict. So let's do this. Instead of just always returning false, let's return the output of a function. So instead of false, we're going to write check, our check function. So we're calling our function check and we're returning whatever the output of that function is. So up here in the head, we're going to add some script tags. Now what we're going to do is we're going to define the function check. We're still going to make the function always return false. All right, let's give that a look. So same idea, our function is still always returning false, no matter what. So let's go keep working. Let's go make a new variable, var num equals document dot get element by ID. And which element we're going to get? The my number text box. And we're going to get its value. Now in order to display its value, we're going to use the alert dialog box. Alert the number every time. And we're still going to return false. So now whenever you type in here, we're going to see it come up in the alert box. And still we're going to return false, so it still won't go to the next page. Cool. So now what we can do from here is we can feed this into the parse int function in JavaScript. So now this alert num, if we enter a number, it'll alert the number, but if we enter a non-number, it'll give us NaN for not a number. So now we write if is not a number, num, we go ahead and return false. And then otherwise, we go ahead and return true. And over here, what we can write is an alert. We say invalid entry, if it really is not a number. Going back to our page, if we type in not a number, we get invalid entry. If we type in a valid number, we get our answer. Now we need to protect our application from the server side as well. So right now, if we go to the get parameter value and we write 7 plus 7, or 7 underscore 7, our application still messes up. So let's go ahead and fix that. So what we do is we go to the PHP backend. Over here we write if is underscore numeric num. That means if it is numeric, but we want to kill the application that's not numeric, we say die invalid entry. So now we refresh this, we get invalid entry. We go back to the normal one, and we're good. Very similar thing for the 0 check. We just say, or num is less than 0. We also get an invalid entry. So now if we put -7 at the top, we get an invalid entry. Same thing on the JavaScript side. We say, or num is less than 0. So now if we type in 7, still works just fine. But if we type in -7, we get the invalid entry error. Thank you all for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.